Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing internal from TryHackMe. This is box scored about hard. And yeah, let's get on to the video. So I'm going to start with my internal here. I'm going to start by doing the ping. We'll do -C for the count for 3 on the IP address of 10.10.122. This seemed like we do get response back, so I'm going to start with nmap scan. So do -SC for default scripts, -SSV for permission. We'll scan our boards on the IP. Doing this, I'll do -SV verbose. Looking at the ports, I do port 8 for HTTP and also port 22 for SSH. So I'm start visiting port 80. Then get this, we do get the Ubuntu default page. I'm going to do control to source code. And doesn't seem like doing anything. I'm also going to be checking for like var www.html. So sometimes I like checking for like the document root in the normal default page, because sometimes you'll find like a different directory under like the document root. It does seem like we only do have our www.html and also index.html, which is just the default page, right? Doing this, I'm going to start by doing some more enumeration. We're going to get GoBuster. So do Control-Shift-Z. So run GoBuster. We'll do remote -U into the IP address. We'll do -/user share with a buster directory listed with their medium.txt. We'll do extensions HTML, TXT, and also PHP. So look at this. We do get an index.html and also a /blog. So I'm going to start using /blog. See what we do have here. So it does seem like we do have a, just looking at the header, we do have a internal page here. Looking back at the ports, it does seem like we only do port 8 for HTTP and also port 2 for SSH. So looking at this, we do get a internal page here for WordPress site. Just to confirm that this is running WordPress, you can usually find the version within WordPress in the source code. In this case, you can just do Control F, do for WordPress. And you see there, we do have WordPress 5.4.2. We also do need to render this. We also do need to, we do have the internal THM for TryHackMe. So doing this, I'm going to we'll do v2/etc host. We'll go into interactive mode. We did have the IP address as 10.10.100. So we can just delete this. So we do have the IP address as 10.10.122. I'm just going to tab. We did have the host name as was internal.thm. Internal.thm. We'll just right click. We'll cast /etc host. Now we do have the internal thm. We'll just put this on. We'll just put this on /blog, right? And now we do see that this WordPress site is now rendered. So we do see this is powered by WordPress down here. We also did check the version. I'm going to start by checking for, we can start by using WP scan. I also do have Ruby WP scan, which I just get clone the repository. In this case, just to make this quicker, I'll do WP scan -URL. We'll do -E, I believe. So we can enumerate for some users. I believe it's just U for users. I believe I did enter the right command. Yeah. So doing this, we do have the version, which is 5.4.2, which we did identify in the source code. That's all WordPress is doing, is visiting the source code and getting that version right for WordPress. Also do have a user as admin. This is found under WP-JSON, which we do have the name, the ID by 1, because WordPress does identify users by like IDs. We do have the name for admin and also just /blog. And also the host name, which is internal THM. We can start by visiting. I'm going to start by visiting WP login.php. I'm going to be trying admin pass. And we do see that we do have a username admin is incorrect, which means admin is a valid user on this WordPress site. If I do like admin1, do pass, you do see that we also do have unknown username. Another way you can check by enumerating users, if you go to lost your password, you can type like admin. You see that, or sometimes you'll see like a, let's see, maybe like admin at the host name, which was internal at THM. We do internal at THM. You'll see that admin is, just show that is a valid password. If I do like admin1, there's no account associated with that. So you can do enumeration using just by email, followed by the host name. And you can do enumeration that way if there's some type of plugin that is not allowing you to enumerate just using admin and pass, right? Doing this, I'm going to start by checking for some vulnerable plugins. So I'll do VP. So it doesn't seem like we do have any plugins. Doing this, I'm going to start by brute forcing. Usually when I brute force, I usually go under documents. We'll go to WP scan. We'll do Ruby WP scan. I'm just going to copy this. We'll put this in here. So we did have the, we can just specify the host name. You can specify the word list, which is we're going to be using rocku.txt, user share rocku.txt, and we do have the username as admin. So press enter on that. So doing this, it does seem like the brute forcing gets started. So now we're just going to wait and see what we get. So after a while, we do get a unknown response from the login, which is going to be for admin. The login is admin. Also, the password is my two boys. So I'm just going to, let's try this out. So we did have admin, also my two boys. We can just remind us later. I'm just going to cancel WP scan. So now we're under the user admin. Doing this, we can start by adding a new plugin. See if it doesn't let me like upload a .zip on here. If not, we can start by editing the themes and adding our own reverse shell in there, right? So we can execute commands or maybe just upload a .php or like a PHP reverse shell and get a shell that way. It doesn't seem like we can go to plugins, go to install plugins, go to add new. Maybe let's go to appearance. We'll go to theme editor. See if theme editor does work. This seemed to work. Doing this, we do have the type of themes that we do have. If I do visit, I believe everything is stored under WP content. So right now I'm just trying to enumerate the file path of where these themes are stored, which I believe is under WP content themes. Also do have the type of theme, right? Which we do have 2017. I'm going to be looking at let's look at this footer.php, which does seem to be active. Can we update the file? We can update the file. So doing this, I'm just going to copy the theme name. By default, we do have this lowercase, so I'll just do 2017. I just show the valid file path, which all we did was copy the theme name, and we were able to find the under WP content themes in 2017. Also do have this footer.php. So we do know footer.php is under the right theme, right? So doing this, I'm just gonna some cat from /shop. We do have this under shells. We do have WordPress shell.php. So I'm just gonna copy this, put this into, we'll just put that in there. Go to update file. Now we can do question mark cmd is equal to ID. And now we're under www data. So doing this, I'm going to start by saying this within labs. I do have the Foxy proxy on labs, saying this within burp. So I'm just going to go close, go next, start burp. So I'm just going to go to proxy, go to options, set this as specific address as 10.8.165.68. I'll do Control R, send that within prox, send that within burp, send this within repeater. We send this, and then we're under www data. So we do need to change the request method to a post request since we're going to be sending you a reverse shell. I'm just we'll go to pen test monkey. We'll just go to rev shell. We'll just go to this, we'll do Control F for temp. We'll just put this within burp. We'll just change the port to 9001. Also change the IP address, right? So clear by terminal, we'll do ifconfig. We'll just put this in here. So we do have netcat on my IP address on 9001. So I'm gonna do control to your code this. Now we'll start my listener here. So do all wrap netcat my VP on 9001. We can send this. We do ID. Does seem like can. Let me try this one more time. Send this one more time. We do ID. So it doesn't seem like this shell is working. So I'm just going to be sending a, I'm just going to go to, let's see, we can go to payload all the things for, we'll just go to rev shell. Let's see if we can send a Python reverse shell. So I'll do Control F for Python. So I'm just gonna copy this, put this in here. I do have my, it doesn't seem like we can get a shell with just a temp reverse shell. So just put this on here. We'll do this on 9001. We'll do this in Python 3. If Python 2 does not work, or Python 3 does not work, we'll just switch to Python 2. I'll do Control U. I'm gonna start by this one more time. We'll send that request. We'll do ID. And now we're doing www data. So I'm gonna start by doing some more enumeration. So I'm gonna start running up bin/bash -i. We'll do ID. This seemed like we're under www data, so I'm gonna cd2 home. I'm gonna start by exporting my term is equal to xterm. I'm gonna go under touch var www. We do have an HTML in here. Also do have WordPress, which we can start by checking for like the, I believe there is a config, wp config.php. Let me grep for user. We also do have pass. So I'm check for a pass. Let me see if I can just do some enumeration myself. So yeah, we do have the DB password for WordPress 123 and also WP user. I'm going to be checking, usually when I do have a database password, I like checking this with, if I do cat my/etc password file out, I just grab for bash. I can see all the users, which we do have this user here. I'm just going to switch users. It does seem like we need to run this as terminal. So do Python 3 -c, we'll import pty.spawn. I'm just going to run a, we'll do bin/bash. We did have the password as, let's see, was it, yeah, WordPress 123. We do ID, and it doesn't seem like we are under that user, right? I'm also start by checking for /opt. It does seem like we do have a WP save. We do have a WP save.txt. Now we do have the creds for the user that we just switch users for. So I'm just going to go back. We'll switch users to this user. We do ID. And now we're under that user. We did have port 22 bin for SSH. So I'm just going to SSH into that user. I'm just going to echo the password out, which we did have. And we did have the user as, let me just get the user one more time. So we'll just send this. We'll just, we'll just Alice myself under home. This is the user that we did have. Also the password, some SSH into user at, we did have the IP address as, we'll just use the host name. So we'll do internal.thm. We did have the password. We do ID. And now under that user. So doing this, I'm just going to run else myself. We do have a user.txt, which I'm not going to get out. We also do have a jenkins.txt. Look at this Jenkins. We do have a service running on 172.17.0.2 on port 8080. So I'm sort of running a that's tap -tail MVP. See, we do have this service running. We did know it was running on port 8080. We do have this running on port 8080. So I'm just going to curl this and see what we do get. So it does seem like this is running Jenkins because we do get the permission generic read, which is a common error in Jenkins. So doing this, I'm just going to run netstat -tail MVP. We do have this running on port 8080, so I do need to get a shell in here, get an interpreter, so I can start by port forwarding this to my local host. So to do this, I'm just going to search up we'll just search up interpreter, we'll just search up MS7 Venom. So right now I do want to look for a Sage payload, which we do have one right here. So I'm just going to copy this. So I'll do mkdir for shell, cd to shell. I'm just going to put that in there. I'm just going to ifconfig. We do have my IP address here. So I'll put this as my IP address. So we'll set the L port to 4444. I'm just going to name this shell.elf. We can let that generate. While that is running, I'm going to start up MS console. And we do need to start up a user exploit handler, right? So I do have my shell.elf, which I need to do. I need to transfer this onto the server. So use exploit multi-handler. We'll do show options. We'll set the L host to 10.8, 165.68. I did have the L port, which is on 4444, which I do have there. We can run this. Now I'm going to start a server. So I'll do python 3 -m http.server 4881. We'll get my IP address. So we'll do wget http. So wget http on port 8081. We'll get that shell.elf. You do see that I do get a GET request from using wget. So I'll do chmod +x from shell.elf. We'll do shell.elf. We do need to set the payload type. So in this case, we did have the interpreter. So I'll do set payload. We'll do show options, run this. And then we could run our shell.elf. We should get an interpreter session now. And now we do get our interpreter. So now we can run like a sysinfo. We're under 10.10.196.164. So doing this, I'm going to start running a run auto route. So we can start by port forwarding. So do run auto route. We'll do 127.00.1 on /24. So we're going to do port forward. We'll do add -L. -L is going to be the local port that we do want to port forward this on. So I'm just going to do 5555. We'll do -P, which is going to be for the port that we did have, which we did see that was going to be for port 8080. We'll do -R for the remote host, which is 127.00.1. Now we can do like port forward list. You do see that I do have the local, which is going to be on port 8080, which is on this server. Also do a port 5555, which is going to be forwarded to my local host. So doing this, I'm going to run mmap scan. We'll just run this local host. Now you do see that I do have some 5555. So I'm just going to do localhost on port 5555. Now you do see that we do get the login portal for Jenkins. So I'm going to be trying admin or admin Jenkins. It doesn't seem like we do get a password. So doing this, I'm going to start up MS console. So you can start by brute forcing. So if we do get any credentials. So if we do notice is Jenkins, so I'm just going to copy that. So I'm just going to do search for Jenkins to see if we can find like an auxiliary module or scanner, which we do have one right here. So I'm just going to use that. We'll do show options. We'll set the pass file, which we user share wordless rock.txt. We do have the R host, which is 127.00.1. We do have the R port, which can be for 5555. We do need to set the username also to, we did have admin. We'll set the stop on success to true. We'll do show options. So we do have stop on success for true. The R host for 127.00.1. We do have rock.txt. The user as admin. So now we can run this. So doing this, so we can wait and see if we do get a password. So after a while, we do get a login successful as the user admin and also the password as SpongeBob. So I'm just going to go to We'll just go to Jenkins. We'll do admin. So do you have the password as SpongeBob? Maybe let's cancel this Goldbuster here. And we are logged into Jenkins. So right now, we're going to start by executing some, I believe is Groovy. If I remember right, we can go to script console, which we can execute a Groovy script. So I'm just going to go to RevShell. I believe it's revshells.com, which we can specify for Groovy. Alright, so for some reason, revshells.com does not work on my machine. It doesn't seem like I can get the payloads to work. So I did copy this from my Windows machine, which I do have the IP address already set on 10.8.165.68. I believe that is my IP address 10.8.165.68. We do have the port for, we'll just change this to 9001. It was on 4444. So I'm just do exit -y. I'm gonna start my list here. So we'll do all around make cat some VP on 8001. We can just, seems about right. We do have the host for my IP address and also the port for 9001. So you can run this. We do get a connect, we do ID. Now we're in our Jenkins. So I'm gonna start by exporting my term is equal to xterm. I'm gonna start running up bin/bash -i. I'm gonna start by doing some more enumeration. I'm gonna go under /opt. We did have a node.txt here. It does seem like we do have root credentials here for the user root, and also trouble_gum at 123. I'm gonna start by doing a cat my/etc password out. I'm just gonna grab for bash. So we do have root and also Jenkins. I'm gonna switch user root. We'll just spawn this. We'll do Python 3 -c for import pty.spawn. Run up bin/bash. It doesn't seem like we do have Python 3. I'm also going to check for Python 2. I'm going to cat this node.txt. So it chooses the root, or we do have the password here. We do ID. Doesn't seem like we can log in as root. So I'm guessing this is going to be on the other server that we did have. So I'm just going to cancel this. I'm going to switch user root. This seemed like it was on the IP address of, we did have a different IP address, which was 172.17.0.1. We're going to do else-lane cat.txt. Well, guys, if you watched the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and catch you guys in the next one.